Boom! Yes! What's up, motherfuckers? Peter Gilmore here for video number 2 on this late Wednesday night, July the 13th, 2022. Thank you all for watching. Sorry about the lateness of the video. I would have done it like an hour or so ago, but things came up as usual. You know, the missus wanted her, you know, I have to accommodate. So, it is what it is with that. So, I digress. But anyway, we're still here. But whatever time I do it, I do it. I don't care if it's 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm still going to do it. Well, maybe not 4 o'clock in the morning, but whatever. Anyway, we're live once again. Second video of the night. This time on the Peter fucking Gilmore channel. YouTube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit the subscribe button down below. In my pants. Which is very large. That's what Wilson said. But anyway. So hit the subscribe button down below in the description box below on this channel and my other channels, which are down there in the description box as well. And as always, friend me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and follow me as well. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap the bell. Tap the bell. Treat it like it's your fucking bitch. Smack it around. And do whatever the fuck you want with it. But don't forget to turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn motherfucking thing, you fucking idiots. You fucking autistic retards! But it is what it is. You fucking idiots. You fucking marks! So there's a lot of marks here on YouTube. There are. A lot. They just don't know how to shut the fuck up sometimes, but it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about that. They know who they are, and they need to close their legs and their vaginas. Kind of like Grubby Sky, but that's another story for another time. That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Wednesday night, like I said, July the 13th, 2022, or if you're now watching from somewhere else, maybe in Europe or somewhere else in Europe, maybe in Russia or something like that. It's kind of interesting. I was looking at my analytics, actually, and my lifetime analytics. My channel is fucking global. It goes everywhere. Colombia, South America, Mexico, India, Australia. It's just great that this channel goes everywhere. We're global. The prophecy is global. But it's the best thing going today, goddammit. No matter what people say and all the slander they give to everybody in the prophecy. Just mind-boggling. All the slander and shit. It's just fucking fiendish slander and no fucking proof. But nobody cares. We don't care. We just don't give two shits. It's just amazing. People need lives. Need to fucking grow up. That's it. Anyways, a little bit of lag. I apologize for that. What it is. On that. So anyway, on this late Wednesday night, July 13th, 2022, if you're watching from somewhere else, July the 14th, 2022, if you're watching on the replay, it is time for your late night AEW Dynamite Fyter Fest Week 1 review. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. Anyway, time for your AEW Dynamite review for July the 13th, 2022. From Savannah, Georgia. Outside of Atlanta, GA. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. I'm sorry. Had to do that. Because it's near Atlanta. By the way, fuck the Braves. Fuck JD, for that matter, too. And fuck his cat, too. Well, not literally fuck his cat. He can do that himself. But yeah, fuck the Braves. The Mets took 2 or 3 from them. And I'm pretty damn happy about that. Now the Mets go to Chicago tomorrow. Face the Cubbies. Well, the Braves face the Nationals this weekend, and nobody gives two shits about that series. Actually, I do, because I hope the Nationals either sweep them, which I doubt, or they take 3 or 4, which I doubt. Split would be okay, but, hopefully the Mets can do damage in Chicago and don't have to worry about their lead possibly going bye-bye, and then by the All-Star break, it's freaking like they're either up by a couple games or down a couple of games. But whatever the case may be, by Sunday night, we'll see where the Mets are. And as they go into the second half of the season, it's going to be a big dog fight starting July the 22nd all the way to October the 5th. We'll see where the Mets go. DeGrom's coming back, possibly for the Yankee series. That's very nice. Scherzer will be back in full force. McGill hopefully will be back, so we might have the three-headed monster with Bassett and Walker. Walker's doing very good right now. Hopefully he can keep it up in the second half. And we got Cookie Carrasco. So that's pitching staff. Looks pretty damn good going into the second half. Now the bats woke up. That'll be really nice. Alonso's kind of slumping a little bit. Lindor's getting red hot. Hopefully that can continue. Escobar's kind of getting hot, but slowly. See what happens with that, and see what happens with the trade deadline. What Billy Epler and Stevie Cohen have up their sleeve. Hopefully a big bat, nice DH like Josh Bell or Nelson Cruz. I doubt they're going to get Mancini from Baltimore, and who they can give up. But we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully Lugo can go bye-bye, and some of the bullpen can go bye-bye too. And J.D. Davis and Brian McCann. That should get a freaking catcher that can fucking catch and throw. Nito threw Austin Riley out today on his knees. You couldn't do that Sunday? You couldn't do that on Sunday? When you threw the ball and the Mets lost by 3 runs? What do you throw from your knees? You're not freaking Punch Rodriguez. Stop it. If you can't throw him out, don't even throw the ball. Moron. We're still in first place, I shouldn't really complain. But it is what it is. As far as the Yankees go... It makes me laugh. They lost again tonight to the Reds. Luis Severino coming back, I guess. I don't know. I think it's his first game back. I could be wrong. 2 fucking innings he gives up 4 runs to the fucking Reds. Oh my God. That's sad. That is just sad. The Yankees are going... I guess they really want to wait for the second half to start when they actually can go back to doing damage, even though I think they have a 13 or 14 game lead. I don't know what the Red Sox did tonight, but if that lead is going to crumble really quick if this keeps up for the Yankees. And see what Mr. Cashman can do. I think his job is safe right now. They have a 13-game lead. If it goes bye-bye and the Yankees don't make the World Series this year, kiss Cashman and Baboon goodbye. It is what it is. Fucking Zeus is pissing me off tonight. Where are you, wrestling cat? Get over here. Come here. What are you? Come over here. Come over here. Come here. Come on. Come on over here, you sack of potatoes. I don't know what's up with Zuzu lately. Always wants to eat. I give her food, she eats it, and she kind of sleeps every so often. Now she's like, wah, 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 shut up! Animals. Fucking animals. I digress. Alright, we got the Tribal Chief in the chat, as always. Nick Infante92. He's here, kicking ass, taking names, as he always does. My best bud is my chief. He's the Tribal Chief. He's the, well, I would say the Enforcer, but that's Captain New. Then we got the Assassin, Sloan, otherwise known as Prince Idol. So, I got a good defense team. Not like lawyers or anything, but I got people that can kick your ass in many ways. They don't have to kick your ass. They'll do things that you wish you knew what had to do. But I digress. We'll move on. We're not going to talk about that. What we just did. It is what it is. Anyway, let's get to this review. Let's not waste any time because I want to go to bed and I got to work tomorrow. I got to go shopping for some food for the weekend. Just get ready for the weekend. That's pretty much it. Middle of June. Mid-June. July. I don't know what day it is. It's late. I'm sorry. Middle of July already. Getting ready for the dog days of August. Someone's birthday next week. That I had plans and we had to cancel them because something came up. That actually wanted to go to Atlantic City, but the room we had the hotel called me and say we can't give you the room or something like that. I'm like, what? So I was like, you know what? Screw it. We'll go another day. And plus, Rosa had to do something. Came up with Rosa too. So it is what it is. She's not going anywhere. But I mean, she's just, something came up. So everything comes up at the fucking wrong time. What are you gonna do? Things come up and plans have to change. And it sucks when it has to come up at the last minute. Sucks. It sucks. So long, Beavis. Shut up, butthead. Fart knocker. Anyway. Alright, let's get to your Fyter Fest review for tonight. And goddamn was fucking Fyter Fest night 1, week 1, epic tonight. Fucking epic show tonight. Even though last week was kind of a downer, but this week they get right back on the horse. Boom! Knock the fuck out of the park. Bing! Like the Mets did today to the fucking Braves. Knocked this show out the park. Woo, it was good. Let's get into it. Alright, so Fyter Fest Night 1, Week 1, emanated from the End Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia. Right outside Atlanta, GA. And our commentary team, as always, well, not as always, now it's a new commentary team that started last week. Oh, the man behind the mask, Excalibur, Tony, the legendary, but don't forget, he is legend. Wait for it. Gary, legendary, man himself, Tony Baloney Schiavone, and the man from Red Hook Brother, Taz. Red Hook Brother. Alright, so we got Taz, Tony Baloney, and Excalibur, as always. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we have good old JR, back dog barbecue sauce. And that's pretty much it for that. And we move on from there. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. That's something I'm going to keep private. Anyway, move on. Jim Ross is a good guy. Alright, so this is well, I was going to say the go-home show before Death Before Dishonor, but that's next week's show. Alright, so we're about a week away from Death Before Dishonor. Not really any storyline progression towards it. But, I mean, we did get a little bit of talk from Jay Lethal tonight. Not much, just like harassing JR. Why, I don't know. And that's basically it. But they're kind of like moving forward, going into night 2, week 2, I should say, of Fyter Fest, which is next week in, I believe it's Duluth, Georgia. Wherever that is. I think that's outside of Atlanta. It's around the Atlanta area, I think. So we got that. And the big one next week, the Barbed Wire Everywhere match. I mean, everywhere. I mean, the freaking, I would assume that, like, everywhere in the ring is going to be barbed wire. Does that mean no rope barbed wire? I hope. I would think, because it's barbed wire everywhere. Why would you have barbed wire on and ropes? Why did they do that with the freaking exploding barbed wire match? That made no sense to me. I thought it was going to be FMW style, and just barbed wire FMW style barbed wire. And he just had the ropes with the barbed wire explosives around them. Made no fucking sense. And no wonder that fucking match was good, but the ending was, don't even get me started. That was just bad. And now Tony wants to do it again. No, not exploding barbed wire per se, but barbed wire. Now, if you want to make it good, Tony, you want to make it good, Mr. Tony Khan, you need to give me a job, by the way. You want to make it good and make this show fucking 10 out of 10? No rope, barbed wire, and if the mind of Eddie Kingston, exploding barbed wire. I mean, C4 explosive barbed wire, knowing that guy. And make it good. But you know this match is going to be a bloodbath. It's probably going to be a clusterfuck near the end because of the Jericho Appreciation Society suspended how far above the ring in a shark cage. And who knows if, you know, the other members of the Blackpool Combat Club will be in another cage somewhere. Probably on the same side. Maybe there'll be two cages around and like sharks coming out with laser beams attached to their freaking head. You know, it is Shark Week next week, so go figure that one out. Alright, so we'll get to that in a little bit. And we're back. Sorry about that. Match number 1, we start off with the TNT title. Our good buddy is Orange Cassidy, with the best friends. Give me a hug. Of Chucky T and Trent in their corner. Because now they have manager's licenses, thanks to Mr. Danhausen. I will curse you. You should curse all the trolls on this fucking website, but I digress. Anyway, this was a kind of fun match, but, you know, people like Issa and everybody's like, this was too dominant. Wardlow should have just beat the living crap out of Orange Cassidy. But, I mean, it was funny at times, but still, I kind of agree in a way, but still. Good match, though. Great match. They have a test of strength to start. Then Cassidy puts his hands in his pants. And then, his pants get torn off by Wardlow. Hands get out! Take your hands out of your pants! Stop grabbing your cock! And then Cassidy's like, put those back on, please. So Wardlow gets pissed and goes for the Powerbomb Symphony, gets broken up easily. Cassidy then snaps off a head scissors, but Wardlow like does a cartwheel and stands, and then Orange Cassidy with the nip up, and then he comes up favoring his eye. I don't know how that happened. Referee, I think it was Bryce, checks on him. And then while that's going on, Chucky T goes underneath the ring and pulls out a chainsaw. What the fuck is he gonna do with a chainsaw? What is this, Retribution all of a sudden? Like, freaking, Slapjack's gonna come out and cut the ring in half, like, ah! Maybe he's having thoughts of Chainsaw Charlie, you know, Terry Funk, you know? I don't know. But anyway, so Bryce takes the chainsaw away, gives it to the timekeeper or whatever it was. And then he's like, you out! So kicks them out. And then Wardlow blocks the orange punch. And then we go back in the ring, and the lazy kicks of doom by Orange Cassidy pisses off Wardlow. He misses a charge to the floor. Cassidy has to slip out on an apron powerbomb, which leads Wardlow to choke Danhausen as he picked up Danhausen from underneath the ring. And Danhausen's trying to curse him. He's like, no. Oh, you're very evil, very evil. You're very big, very muscular. No, Danhausen, no curse you. But anyway, get back in. Overhead belly to belly sends Orange Cassidy flying. As we go to break, and I don't know why that came off. Sorry about that. I don't know why that happens. Sometimes it goes on and off. I mean, I turned it off, and then it just goes on. But anyway, minus that distraction. We come back with Cassidy driving Wardlow into the corner. Wardlow then hits the F10, or the IF10. Well, I think they called it. Maybe it was just my, I don't know how that happened. All right, Nick. Take care. Good night, sir. You have a good night there, Nick. Just remember to have a good night. I know Nick's gonna probably dream of Rio and dream of Maki Ito motherfucker and all the women in Joshi. It is what it is. Now I'm just gonna have fun being next to Rosa. That's it. But dreaming probably about Kairi Sane and Io and Asuka, and Sasha Banks. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't call her Sasha Banks no more. Mercedes Venado. Sucks to be you there, Nick. But I digress. Alright, but take care, Nick. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow. And that's it. Alright, so Wardlow hits the F10 for 2! As Orange Cassidy becomes the first person ever to kick out of that. He goes for another powerbomb. He gets counted into a Hurricane Rana, which actually works this time. Then he goes for the Orange Punch. Then he somehow picks up Wardlow, hits the beach break, and it looked like he was about to win. And it's like, 1, 2, no. I think it was Paul Turner. Yeah, I think it was Paul Turner as referee. And you see him go 1, 2, and he's about to hit 3, and he's like, he just stops like that close. And they was like, that was 3, you idiot! But you really thought that Wardlow was gonna lose to Orange Cassidy? It is what it is. So he hits that for a near fall, goes for the Orange Punch, gets counted into the powerbomb. Well, he hits one powerbomb symphony. We only hit it one act, I guess. Hits the powerbomb out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Wardlow retains the title. We all knew that was gonna happen. But great match, almost 12 minutes. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Just a great match. And then after the match, the best friends come out. Looked like they were about to go after Wardlow. But then Wardlow's like, settle down, children. And then him and Orange Cassidy, kind of bump fists. He puts his fist down and Orange Cassidy goes, eh. But great match by Wardlow and Orange Cassidy. Cassidy needs a belt. I'm sorry. The guy has 60 wins, and 38 of them are, I think, singles matches. I think 38 or 39. And he's the only person on the roster to have that kind of record and not have a title. Just mind-boggling. 60 wins and you don't have a title? I think eventually he will be getting a title. If it's not the TNT title, it might be the All-Atlantic title. It's not going to be the world title, obviously, but we'll see what happens with that. Then we move on. But like I said, 3.5 out of 5 stars for that. And we move on from there. Alright, after that, we get a quick look at Pac, that bastard. The new All-Atlantic champion for his first defense of the title at Red Pro in England this past Sunday against Shota Umino. And Pac retained as he put Umino in some weird kind of submission. So he gets the win. I didn't have to rate it because it just showed highlights. But, obviously he was going to win because he's not going to lose the belt. And the belt is going to be traveling around the world, which is great. Mostly in England. It's not going to go anywhere like Japan. I doubt Japan, but anyway. But, yeah, Pac's, I think, next defense is coming up, I think, the end of this month or early August. I forget against who. But, yeah. So get that. Alright, after that, we get the Wizard. Chris Jericho coming out in a very nice suit. His hair's all slicked back and kind of like a ponytail. He looks so fresh and so clean. Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh, so clean. So fresh and so clean. Pick up the Outcast, my homies. My homies. Can you please make another record? Big Boy and Andre 3000, please. Can you please make another record? I don't care if it's a solo record, but make something. I haven't heard anything from Outkast in the last... God forbid, I don't even know how many years. And the last thing I actually heard was Hey Ya and So Fresh and So Clean and The Way You Move, that double album they had with Miss Jackson. I don't think they came out with anything after that. I have to check, but if they did, I have to get that album. God damn, I love Outkast. You, me, and you, your mama and your cousin, you, all gone to go. Cutting on some scissors. Anyway, so Jericho comes out in a nice suit, talks about himself as a man. He says, "I'm here talking as Chris Jericho, the man, not the rock star." He's a good rock star too, with Fozzy and everything. He's here to talk about Eddie Kingston, who's such a rotten friend. Then we hear about Eddie's friends, Ruby. Talks about Santana, and then Ortiz, getting shaved bald, Bryan Danielson, who we butchered at freaking Anarchy in the UK. We still don't know when Bryan's coming back. If at all. Well, I would say probably in the next couple of weeks, maybe. Who knows? Because I think he has another concussion. So we just have to wait the waiting game to when the fucking doctors again have to clear him. But I think it's going to be pretty soon. We all know Santana with his devastating knee injury. I think he's out for 6 months. 6 to 9 months, I think. Ortiz, he's still there, but he got his head shaved, thanks to Jericho. And then they show Ruby, they didn't show it, but Ruby Soho last week getting her hand mangled, all broken, and her forearm and her arm basically like destroyed by Ty Conti. And Jericho mentions Eddie's Ruby. So a lot of people in East's chat were like, "Oh, Ruby and Eddie are dating or going out." I don't think they're going out, but Eddie said he had a wife, right? Eddie can't be married to Ruby Soho. No. But I think they're just friends. Somebody get me Heidi Lovelace's phone number. We talked to Ruby Soho. It's like, "Hey, what's going on with you and Eddie? Are you going out? Or you're just friends? Or you're just banging in the back? We don't know." Doesn't hurt to ask. But anyway, Jericho with a good line. "You need to take better care of your chicks, Eddie." Damn, that's savage. Anyway, so then he brings up the barbed wire everywhere match coming up next week because Eddie is a mark for Sabu. And Terry Funk. Because Terry Funk is the innovator of barbed wire matches. Good lord. Good lord, he is a psychotic bastard in those barbed wire matches. Doesn't matter who it was, Onita. He brings up Onita, that's a good name he brought up too. Onita, the matches they had at FMW with Onita, Cactus Jack, the exploding barbed wire matches. Mostly with Onita and Cactus Jack. And then the one with Sabu and ECW, that was just crazy. I think it was the only barbed wire match in ECW. There was another one, but I think it was at ECW Homecoming. That's with Shane Douglas. I think it was Shane Douglas, Terry Funk, and Sabu in a barbed wire match. I forgot who won that. I think Terry won that too. So, but anyway, so he brings that up. He's like, "Well, how many barbed wire matches have you had, Eddie? And how many have you won?" 0. Jericho then mentions he was in a barbed wire match at the tender age of 22, the first ever Canadian barbed wire match. So he knows how it stings and how, how it tastes and stuff like that, blood dripping down. So he tells Eddie, "You're not going to face Chris Jericho, you're going to face the Pain Maker!" I almost didn't say it right. So he's going to face the Pain Maker! Because it's time for both of them to bleed in the final fight, which you never know, it's not really final. Even go ask Roman and Brock Lesnar that one. Yeah, and that's basically it. So Jericho says, "We're gonna bleed and we're gonna fight in barbed wire everywhere." So I assume that's gonna be like the ropes are gonna be hopefully no rope barbed wire, probably like tables with barbed wire, ladders with barbed wire, chairs, obviously, bats. Everything's gonna be wrapped in barbed wire. Maybe even the freaking barricades, barbed wire barricades. That'd be just crazy. Blood up the wazoo. Somebody better call the medic! Somebody better call a blood bank, because there's going to be a lot of bloodshed in that match. It won't be the same after that. But this was a very good promo from Jericho. And I gave it, once again, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Just great promo from that. Alright, after the break, we go to Eddie, who's like, oh, he gets 5 minutes, I get what, 30 seconds? Sucks to be you, Eddie. So anyway, Eddie's with, who was he with? He was Ruby Soho and Ortiz, and he gets really close to the camera, like spitting out loogies at the camera and everything. But he promises to make Jericho bleed every drop of his blood. And then he says, I'm going to do this for my Ruby. And then we see Ruby with like a big, humongous cast on her hand. Jeez. And then Ortiz is like really pissed. And they're not pleased. They are pissed. So we'll see what happens with that. I think Eddie's going to win the match, but it's going to be a bloodbath. Bloodbath. It's going to be hard to watch at times. Not the sickest hardcore match I've seen, but I'm not going to get up to that level. I mean, I've seen really, really, really sick hardcore barbed wire death matches. It almost some of them have almost made me vomit. And the blood, and all the bloodshed. Ugh, just like Crimson Mass, like times 5. Ooh. I don't think it's going to get to that level, but I'll just say this: if you watch any death matches from Japan, especially Japan, and some of especially Onita's matches, some of them are hard to watch. And some here in the United States, especially in Jersey, with GCW and H2O, and the death Tournament of Death, or now Cage of Survival. Some of them are just hard to watch. I'm not saying in a bad way, but, blood just just gripping like a faucet. It won't stop at times. Especially that, I think there was a GCW match I think I talked about was with, what was his name? Slade? Against, I forgot that guy, I forgot the guy's name. Black guy, big fat black guy, and they broke some not barbed wire. They broke some light tubes and they start trying to stab each other with it. And I think Slade stabbed the guy in over here, and it just ripped open. And he was just dripping like a faucet. And the referee's trying to tape it all up. He can't tape it up. The match was called no contest. And then the fucking Slade's just so fucking stabbing him. That was freaking sick seeing that. Ugh. That guy freaking needs to get arrested. That guy is fucking insane. Slade. I think his name is Slade. That's why I remember watching the JCW match. I think I showed it at one point on one of my videos where he was fighting. I forgot who he was fighting, but they were fighting. They go into the crowd. They go through the Veda Scott's merchandise table, and she was pissed. Then they start fighting around her. And she's going crazy. So it's the commentator's like, somebody may call the CIA, the 1, 2, 3, the FBI, stuff like that. And then he got shoved by Slade and shit. I thought it was starting a riot. He beat up 3 fans. Legit, it wasn't plants. It was just fans. I'm what the fuck? Somebody arrest this guy and take away his wrestling license. Just don't let him even freaking wrestle in GCW or anywhere at GCW or anywhere in the fucking Northeast. But they put this guy on the shows, and he just acts like a complete maniac. I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley. Fuck. I don't know what the hell he would do. He'd probably pull out a gun or something like that. Guy's nuts. But it is what it is. So, who knows what Eddie Kingston is going to do to Jericho next week. I swear, if I don't see barbed wire explosives, I'm going to be pissed. Knowing the mind of Eddie, we can see fire, barbed wire with fire. Maybe Jericho could do something like that. I mean, he is a wizard, and he can throw a fireball in your face. He do something like do a Mick Foley and light like a barbed wire 2x4 on fire. I mean, he used it once on Triple H. Remember that back in the day? He lit on fire and just like BAM! Right to Triple H's face. And he tried to backdrop him on that barbed wire 2x4, but Triple H reversed it, and Mick Foley took a big tumble through the Hell in a Cell and almost through the fucking ring. We all remember that match way back when, right? But it is what it is. So let's see what happens with that. So I gave this segment 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, match number 2 for the AEW Interim World Title. We had Konosuke Takeshita, or I call him Takeshita, taking on the AEW Interim World Champion, Jon Moxley. Alright. They said it was non-title, but it wasn't. It was for the title. Makes no sense. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, I guess they took. I guess they took the title away, the title match away. Now it's a eliminator match. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with title match. But anyway, Mr. Legal on commentary, of course. This was freaking epic. Fucking epic. And once again, Moxley puts over a guy that took Eddie Kingston to the limit on Rampage this past Friday night. This guy, Konosuke Takeshita, whatever you want to call him, he's wrestling in DDT, won champions there, and he's just going to be a future star, ladies and gentlemen. If he stays in AEW, I think he will at times, but he's a star to look for this year and maybe going into next year. But it is what it is. But he took fucking Moxley to the limit. But it starts off with a technical wrestling, arm wringers and stuff like that, trade shoulder blocks. Then a headlock takeover puts Takeshita down, but they're back up for a chop off. Moxley then runs him over. We hit a then he locks in a rather kind of looking STF. That gets broken up as we go to the apron. And then Takeshita with a German suplex on Moxley. Ow! But Moxley gets right back up and knocks Takeshita silly with, I think, a clothesline. As we go to break and come back, Moxley's still stomping away. Now we see Takeshita's busted wide open from a kick during the break. I don't know how that happened, but I think it like kicked him and maybe his head like cracked on the, I think it was on the guardrail. Anyway, they go for a slug out. Moxley gets sent into the corner for a running big boot. Then a brain buster by Takeshita for a near fall. Goes for the frog splash, but Moxley gets the knees up. Then they go at it in the middle of the ring. Takeshita then snaps off a Hurricane Rana, sending Moxley to the outside. Then we get a big flippity-dippity-doo by Takeshita, and he's holding his arm, so maybe he hurt his arm on the way down. It's not good. They go back in. Takeshita hits the frog splash this time for 2. Then he hits a Blue Thunder Bomb and got 2.999999995. And the crowd was going, wah! But Moxley comes back with the Death Rider. Oh, he goes for the Death Rider. It gets counted into a breaching German suplex for the same thing, 2.99999. I think Paul Turner was the referee this time. I forget, but count the 3. And then Moxley pulls him into the. Well, he hits a DDT, picks him up, starts doing the anvil elbows of doom. Then he hits the paradigm shift. Then he locks him in the bulldog choke, And Takeshita was trying to fight out of it, but eventually he had to tap out. A little over 13 minutes. But great match. Moxley retains. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Perfect match. Not perfect, but still, great match between these guys. And like I said, Takeshita is going to be somebody to look at in the future in AEW. And that's it. Moxley somehow got busted open near the end of the match. I'm like, how the fuck did he get busted open? Like, he wins the match, he goes in the corner holding the title, and he's all busted wide open. Okay, maybe he just busted himself wide open, because he always has to bleed in a match. It is what it is. And that's pretty much it. Let me move on. But great match, 4 out of 5 stars. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, then we get a promo from the House of Black. Minus Buddy Murphy. I think he's injured. I don't know where the hell he is. Well, it's basically Julia Hart and Brody King and Mr. Malachi Black. They don't think too much about Darby Allin and blame him for his problems. We see Darby kind of make an offering last week to Brody King, who eliminated him in that Battle Royal on Rampage to get the shot at Moxley last week. And Sting, they don't give it to him, and Sting's like, welcome. Then we see Brody King attack Darby at a autograph signing. I think it was like a skateboard autograph signing at a skateboard place or comic book place. I don't know where it was, but we see Brody just like beat the fucking shit out of Darby, put him through a fucking table. So it looks like we're gonna get a House of Black, Darby Allin, maybe Sting feud. I guess we're now at Buddy Murphy's kind of on the sidelines. I don't know what's going on. We'll probably see a tag team match between Darby and Sting against Brody King and Malachi Black. Still the PWG tag team champions, by the way. I haven't caught up. I gotta catch up with PWG. The last show I missed, so I have to catch up with that. I know Daniel Garcia is now the new PWG champion. Congratulations to him, but beating Bandito, who might be going to Impact, by the way. That'd be nice. Impact gets Bandito. What do you want to do? Alright, so we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright. Match number 3. Well, before we get to match number 3, Griff Garrison of the Varsity Blondes with Brian Pillman Jr. at ringside, taking on the Monster Luchasaurus with Christian at ringside. But we get, before the match, we get Christian on the stage with Luchasaurus, and he cuts another freaking savage promo. Damn. This time he talks about how he just doesn't like the Varsity Blondes. Then he talks about Brian Pillman Jr.'s dad, Brian Pillman Sr., the legend that he is and should be in the Hall of Fame. He calls Brian Pillman Jr. average at best. And then Christian would be so, he says, Christian says, I would be so disappointed to see that Brian Pillman Sr.'s final legacy in wrestling is a failure like his son. Ouch. This is, well, that's for you, Griff Garrison. Don't you look like Jungle Boy? So Luchasaurus goes to the ring, beats the fucking crap out of him. Hits not one but 2 choke slams. Then he locks in the tar pit, which is a variation of the snare trap. 1, 2, 3. Luchasaurus wins in 94 goddamn seconds. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. After the match, Luchasaurus then takes Brian Pillman and tries to chokeslam him through the table. It didn't work. Then he picks up Griff Garrison, chokeslams him on the Pillman. Didn't break. Then he does it again. This time it breaks. I am the table! So there you go. It's great to see that Luchasaurus is now being made a monster, like a Kane-like monster. And with Christian just coming out every goddamn week with savage fucking promos. I like it. I like it. I want more of it. Hoorah! Let me move on. So I gave that match 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we go to a promo by the other members of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Matt Maynard, Daddy Matt Maynard, and Parker, along with Daniel Garcia. They're not happy about being in a shark cage next week. And they're talking to Tony Baloney, and I was like, how high is it going to be? And Tony's like, I don't know. And they want Eddie Kingston's friends in a shark cage of their own. So then, Parker, Parker, threatens Tony Schiavone with the, it looks like, the comb that looks like a switchblade knife. And Tony's like, you're threatening me with a freaking comb? You better hope that's a comb. And then they leave, and then Dan Garcia says Wheeler Yuta is doing a Garcia impression of him. And then says he's going to beat him at Death Before Dishonor for the pure title. It should be a great match. Can't wait for that. And we move on from there. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on from there. Alright, then we get the big special announcement. The major announcement that All Out is coming to Chicago on September the 4th. But that whole week is going to be at the Now Arena in Chicago. August the 30, whoa, damn, what fucking day is that? August 30, I think it's August, I gotta look at my dates now, shit. I think it's 26, August 31st, actually, I just looked it up. Yeah, August the 31st will be Dynamite. That's gonna be live, I assume. And then September the 2nd, at the Now Arena for Rampage. Now, I don't know if that's gonna be live, that should be live. There's nothing going on. I mean, it should be live. And then September the 4th at the Now Arena for All Out 4. At the Now Arena in Chicago. So, that's going to be a big week for AEW in Chicago. Even though it coincides with SmackDown the same night on September the 2nd. And then September the 3rd is Clash at the Castle. Well, that's going to be a big week of action of wrestling. From August the 29th, we got Raw. I have no idea what that's going to be. NXT the 30th, probably be in the CWC. Dynamite in Chicago. And then Friday, September 2nd, Rampage in Chicago at the Now Arena. SmackDown, the go-home show before Clash at the Castle. Don't know what that's going to be. I think that's going to be a taped show. Obviously, probably taped. Well, actually, might be live because Clash at the Castle is going to be taped here. Because I think it's going to be, probably be broadcast 2 p.m. here, 2 or 3 p.m. here. Because it's 5 hours later in England, jolly old England. So, probably be starting about 2 or 3 o'clock on September the 3rd. So, afternoon wrestling that night, that day. So a lot of people will be watching at around 2, maybe starting their watch-alongs around 1, between 1 and 2. So I think the pay-per-view would be around 2 or 3 o'clock here, 7, 8 o'clock in England. So by the time it ends in England, which will probably be around 10, 11 o'clock, it'll be 6 o'clock here. So do your watch-alongs and then do the review. You're done by 7, maybe 8 o'clock. Then you have the rest of Labor Day weekend to go through. If you got to do anything. Because Labor Day weekend is going to be a busy weekend. Especially with Clash at the Castle. Then the next night, All Out in Chicago, which is going to go at least 5 hours. Not 4 hours at most. I think it's going to go 4, maybe 4.5 hours. But I really don't like these long-ass fuck pay-per-views by AEW, even though it's like for the big shows like Revolution or All Out, Double or Nothing, Full Gear. Cut it down to about, at a minimum, 3.5 hours. All Out, I'll be okay with All Out going 4 hours, maybe 4.5 at most. But and Double or Nothing, but Revolution and Full Gear, cut it down to about 3.5 hours, Tony. Come on. I can't stay up all night. I can't stay up from like 7 o'clock or 7 o'clock watching the buy-in, then watch the main show from 8 to about 12:30. Well, close to 1. Then formulating my notes and getting the stream started if I feel like doing a review after the fucking show. And a lot of people doing that too. They gotta formulate their notes, get the streams all set up. By the time they're done, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I would just like, do it tomorrow! Or do it the next day. You have more time. I mean, the next day is Labor Day. Nobody's doing anything except barbecuing. And then watching Monday Night Raw. Which will probably be from, I think, London. So that's going to be probably taped. So, I think. I don't know, but it is what it is. But anyway, All Out 4 in Chicago, September the 4th from the Now Arena. And Dynamite and Rampage will be at the Now Arena August the 31st and September the 2nd, respectively. So there you go. So tickets go on sale next Friday, July 22nd. And it's probably going to be sold out in about an hour and about 5 minutes. At most. It's gonna sell out. I think my good buddy Mikey Mittens is gonna be there. I don't know who else. Hold on 1 second, guys. What happened, boo boo? What happened? Something you choking on something? What happened? Suzu, what happened, boo boo? Hold on, guys. Suzu's not Suzu's choking. What happened, boo boo? Where you going? Alright. Just don't puke on the bed. Oh, this was. Hold on, guys. I gotta see what the hell Zuzu's doing. God forbid she's puking on the bed. I'll be really upset. I'll be right back. Hopefully I'll be right back. For a little bit. I wasn't choking, thank God. I think she was just being annoying. No, she wanted some treats, so I gave her some treats. You know. Zuzu's doing good, but sometimes, you know, she's lonely, she wants attention. That's all animals do. But, you know, she wants to eat a lot. But, you know, it being hot outside and hot in... It's hot in the house. I mean, 76 degrees outside, but... There's supposed to be another hot one tomorrow. Even though it's going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow. 85. It's supposed to rain early in the afternoon. When I'm going... Well, thankfully not when I'm going shopping, thankfully. But... Because I go late, I go in after work. So I gotta go right to the supermarket and get my stuff. And I can come back. And I might do a stream tomorrow night. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing tomorrow afternoon. Afternoon or late... at night. But what I will be doing is watching the Rant and Rave podcast tomorrow night with Brandon Martin on the Brandon Martin channel with Jordan and Michael Bombardier and Ibarra and everybody else who's on that show. So watch it tomorrow night, the Rant and Rave podcast, another great edition of the podcast, and tell him Peter Gilmore sent you if you're in the chat. And that's pretty much it. Should be a good show. But we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. Alright, move on. Alright, so once again, before I had to see what the wrestling cat was doing, All Out 4 in Chicago, September the 4th. Like I said, Dynamite, August 31st, and September the 2nd at the same arena, the Now Arena in Chicago. It's a big week of action for AEW, so get your fucking tickets now for that final week in August, going into Labor Day weekend. It's going to be a great weekend of wrestling at the end of I can't even talk. The end of August into Labor Day weekend. Then we move on. All right, then we go to the back with Tony Baloney's with Hangman Adam Page. Well, not doing cowboy shit, but just standing there. I don't know what the fuck you were wearing there, dude. Anyway, he's with then the Dark Order come in. Well, not all of them. It's the Beaver Boys, Johnny Hungy and Alex Reynolds. They come in to interrupt. And basically they put a challenge out to the House of Black, obviously Brody and Malachi Black, for a match on Rampage. So that's made official. So Adam Page is like, yeah, go fight him. Go ahead. You have my support. Even though it wasn't really his idea. It is what it is. That's pretty much it. Yeah, the Dark Order is still around, guys. They're still around. And we'll get to another member of the Dark Order in just a bit. And that is the lovely Anna Jay. We'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so I get that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, we get to our next match. Jake Hager of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Weed! The People taking on Claudio Castagnoli. We don't know who he is. Cesaro. These guys know each other from the WWE days. Their time together as the Real Americans. I believe that's called the Real Americans. With Zeb Coulter. Or Dutch Mantel. We don't know who he is. This was a pretty fun match. Uppercuts galore by Claudio to start. Tries for the neutralizer. Then the swing of doom. He hits both of them within the first 10 seconds. God damn. Hager gets sent to the outside. They go back in. Claudio counters the ankle lock into a 619 for a near fall. Then a drop kick to the knee. Sets up a bulldog on Hager for a near fall. But Hager comes back with some body shots to the ribs to put Claudio down. Then they get a big Beal. Send Claudio flying. Not on Swiss Airlines, by the way. Then he sets up for the Fyter bomb. He hits that for a near fall. As we go to break, come back. Claudio hits the springboard uppercut of doom. As both men are down, they fight to the floor. Claudio hits the running uppercut of doom as he runs around the ring. Hits the uppercut into the barricade. They go back in. He hits this giant swing of doom once again. Knocks in the sharpshooter. Hager calls out for the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society, Danny Garcia and 2.0. That distraction lets Hager plant Claudio down for a near fall. Tries for another sharpshooter that gets broken up by another Jericho Appreciation Society distraction, but Claudio doesn't mind that. He hits a pop-up uppercut. Then the We Go Da bomb. 1, 2, 3. He gets the win in under 12 minutes. And he goes to 3-0 in AEW. Pretty damn good match. I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it for that. Then we move on. Alright, after that we go to Lexi, the beautiful interviewer herself, Lexi, with Hook. Send for the man! So Hook's there, and she asks him about possibly getting a title shot since he's undefeated. And Hook just says, nothing. He's like, looks at Lexi, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you later. And then leaves, because probably Hook's probably banging her. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, guy is 20, what, is he 21, 22 years old? And Lexi is like around the same age, maybe a little bit older. But damn, she is hot. But, I mean, Hook is the handsome devil, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's banging that chick. Taz is probably proud of him. Put her in the cut to hire me. It is what it is, and that's that. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a look back at Thunder Rosa! Yay! Losing to Miya, what was her name? Miya Yamashita, I believe her name is, in Japan, in a AEW World Women's Championship Eliminator. Miyu got the win, and we just don't know when the title shot's gonna be. Pretty soon, probably, when Miyu comes back to the States, or comes to the States, I should say. So then we go right to a promo from Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm, or otherwise known as Thunderstorm, with Tony Baloney. So Thunder Rosa is ready to have the rematch in America for the belt, but she's happy to be tagging with her best friend Toni Storm, and they're ready to face anyone. So then we get the return of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby! Glad to see Britt Baker back. Where have you been lately, besides Adam Cole's bedroom? Then the other beautiful lass, Jamie Hayter. So they're back on Dynamite, back in the women's division. That's great. Britt says this place is a natural disaster without them. Baker's like, get it? I don't know. I didn't get that. Anyway, but luckily they know how to deal with these things. And then, words are exchanged. And then Rebel pops in and gives Tony Baloney, gives Britt a sandbag. And then she hands it to Tony and says, enjoy carrying that around for another month. Ouch. I don't know what's going on with Tony Baloney and Britt Baker. I don't know. I mean, they're so-called best friends. I think it was a joke. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But so yeah, it looks like we're gonna get a Thunderstorm Jamie Hayter Britt Baker match coming up, maybe on Rampage this week, or I don't know when. But glad to see the good Doctor back, and also Jamie Hayter. So really, 4 nice pieces of ace right in that segment, and I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to 2 more hot pieces of ace. Serena Deeb and Anna Jay, the hometown girl, coming out. Pretty decent match, a little bit sloppy though. Not really a great match, sloppy at times. Serena takes her down to the mat to start, get a headlock, followed by a shoulder to put Anna Jay down. But she gets a shot in and hits a running blockbuster. Then something that looks like the Rings of Saturn by Serena Deeb has Anna Jay in trouble. Then she stacks up Serena for a near fall. Then she locks in the Queen Slayer, gets broken up with a throat snap across the top rope. Ouch. Then a Fisherman's Neck Breaker by Serena gets a near fall. As we go to break, we come back. Anna Jay starts firing off some running elbows, then a Northern Light suplex for a near fall. Goes for the Queen Slayer again, gets broken up. Serena rolls her up for a near fall. Then we get a botch, really, not as bad as Corey Jade's botch, Corey Jade, that too, and Indy Hartwell's botch from NXT, but still, we got a botch in this match. I think Anna Jay was crying for a backdrop, and then she hits the back, it kind of looked like a backdrop, and then Anna Jay just went plop right on Serena Deeb's face. Ouch. That's not in a good way, by the way. Got a backdrop into a roll-up, which looked really bad. Serena then grabs a weird-looking, I don't know what the hell it was. Then she sets up for the Code Red, but sits down, yeah, that's what I say, sits down on Anna Jay's neck, cranks on the arm. Ouch. Somehow that got broken up. Anna Jay then misses a charge, only to come back with a Queen Slayer out of nowhere. It looked like Serena Deeb was about to tap, but Serena escapes, locks in the Serenity Lock, and Anna Jay taps out in just under 8.5 minutes. So, Serena Deeb gets the win, and obviously a tune-up match before her match with Mercedes Martinez for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship at Death Before Dishonor next Saturday. And that's that. So I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Serena keeps the hold on until Mercedes Martinez comes in and throws Serena Deeb out of the ring. And that's pretty much it. That's it. So 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we go to the back with Tony Baloney once again. This time, he's with Jade Cargill, that bitch show, along with another baddie herself, Kiera Hogan, the girl on fire, Stokely Hathaway, and Layla Gray, the interim baddie. So Kiera and Jade are not happy with Athena and Chris Statlander, but they're going to be watching this week. And then they start arguing with Layla Gray, and Stokely Hathaway has to play peacemaker, and he tells Jade to trust him and everything. And Kara's like, we still don't trust you. We don't even think you should be a baddie. Period. And then, before that, they tell Tony Baloney, Tony, cut the shit. That's always fun to hear. And that's pretty much it. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, after that, we get the rundown by Excalibur, who doesn't take a breath. Running down the Death Before Dishonor card as it stands right now. And then Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh come out on the commentary desk and starts yelling at JR for no apparent reason. But Jay Lethal promises to win the Ring of Honor television title. I think he might, because basically Joe has been injured, and he hasn't had a match since he got injured. for his shoulder injury before, I think it was before Double or Nothing, I think it was. And we haven't seen him fight since. So I would think they're going to just give Jay Lethal the belt, and he's going to go on a nice, another long-ass fuck reign with the belt. Probably another year like he had in Ring of Honor the first time. But we'll see what happens with that. I just don't think Joe's going to win. I just don't. He hasn't even defended, I think, once or twice. So, not that, Ring of Honor has any house shows coming up lately, but no, this is their first show since April, so it is with that. Sorry, I'm getting a little tired. It's 2:23 in the morning. I gotta get out of here. Anyway, move on from that. All right, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to the back once again with Tony. He's with Anna Jay in the trainer's room. Anna Jay's getting her knee looked at. She's got some ice on it, and then Ty Conti comes in. Starts mocking her for not being on TV so much, and they kind of argue about the whole Ruby Soho thing, blah blah blah, and then Ty Conti, with stupidest line of the night, tells Anna, it's like, you should learn how to manage your career choices, and I'm like, really, Ty? Really? You should be talking about managing your career choices? I mean, you basically stole Sammy Guevara from his wife, was now ex-girlfriend, his ex-fiancée, what was her name? Patricia, I think her name was. You took Sammy away from him because Sammy just wanted that Latina pussy. And you're talking about managing your career choices? I think that was a really dumb, bad choice. To basically be a homewrecker and ruin a soon-to-be marriage, and now you're getting married yourself. So you're a hypocrite, Ty Conti. You're still a hot piece of ash. So, God damn you, Sammy Guevara. Damn it! It's a Spanish god. You might be a Spanish god and you're banging out one hot piece of ash. But still. I know you're young and stupid. You're young, but you're stupid too. Both of you are dumb and stupid. Kind of like that. That's like that great tag team, Young, Dumb, and Stupid. Back in what are they in? CCW or GCW? I think they're in GCW. I think, or something like that. Young. I think it's called Young, Broke, and Stupid, or Young, Dumb, and Stupid. Pretty damn good tag team. I think Jordan Oliver, who used to be on Grimm's Toy Show, is in it. And a couple other guys are in it. Pretty damn good tag team. Just want to point that out. And that's what Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara are. Young and stupid. But they're not broke. They're just young, dumb, and stupid. So it is what it is. So I get that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of the evening. Triple or Nothing match for the AEW Tag Team titles. We had Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee, who put out a cryptic tweet early in the day, but Tony Khan said that Keith Lee's going to be at the show. And I think I mentioned it earlier on TSL 24. By the way, the video for that is down below. I forgot to mention that. Keith Lee had a family emergency, but everything's okay. He did the match with Swerve Strickland, my good buddy Sloan, otherwise known as Prince Idol's cousin. They take on Team Taz, Powerhouse Will Hobbs, and the FTW champion Ricky Starks, as they take on the champions, the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson. This was fucking epic. Fucking epic match. I'm not going to get into all of it because it was very long. How long was this match? 13 minutes. It wasn't that long, but still, it looked like a 20-minute match, plus the entrances, of course. They go back and forth. Nice little sequence with Swerve and Nick at the start. Very good. And then we get a... we had... what was it? It was Nick and Ricky Starks playing chicken on the apron, on the ropes, exactly, and then they got dropped on the top rope, crotching themselves. Ouch. Matt then tries to hit a Northern Light suplex on Hobbs and Lee at the same time. That ain't gonna work. You know why? Because they're fat! Son of a bitch is fucking fat! I'll make it bleed. Anyway, and then it just breaks down. It just, like, super kicks of doom and everything. Swerve and Keith Lee hit the Swerve in our glory. That gets broken up. And then Hobbs and Starks hit their finisher. That gets broken up. We get near the, let's get near the end. And the Bucks clean house with some super kicks. Then Rick Knox gets squashed in the corner by, I think, Will Hobbs. Then the Bucks grab the belts. Swerve takes one of them away, but can't seem to hit them with it. The Bucks super kick him. Actually, they clean house with the titles. Then a belt shot by Matt. Tries to pin Swerve. So that doesn't work. Then the BTE trigger. They hit that. They go for the cover. Starks makes a save. Keith Lee breaks up the Meltzer driver. And then he hit a powerbomb Swerve Stomp combo for a near fall as Team Taz makes the save. The crowd's going completely berserk. Hobbs then starts spustering everybody in the ring. That was pretty sick. Then Starks spears Swerve almost out of his fucking boots. Gets a near fall as Nick makes a save. And then Matt tried a super kick. Keith Lee grabs his foot, then he takes his shoe off. And then he hits him with a shoe. Who hits somebody with a shoe? Honestly. Then he knocks the Bucks outside. And then Hobbs gets dumped to the floor. And then Swerve does that moonsault off Keith Lee's chest. That was pretty sick. They go back in and they throw Ricky Starks back in the ring. They hit the Swerve Stomp. Or actually, Swerve hits the Swerve Stomp, which looks like the coup de grace by Fiend Balor. So he hits that on Ricky Starks. 1, 2, 3. We have new AEW Tag Team Champions in Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Remember when I said a couple months ago that I had breaking news that from my good buddy Prince Idol, that Swerve and Keith Lee were gonna become tag team champions pretty soon? He was right. Took a couple months, but he was right all along. So you didn't hear from other people, you heard it from the source. And you heard it from Prince Idol, who's Isaiah Swerve Scott's cousin. So there you go. So congratulations to Swerve. You know, Prince Idol was celebrating tonight, probably popping some bottles and shit, probably talking to his cousin the whole night. He had a good old time. So congrats to Keith Lee and Swerve, the new AEW Tag Team Champions. Match was freaking epic. I almost gave it a Meltzer 5 stars, but it was just great. 4.5 out of 5 stars. If not 4 3/4 out of 5 stars. But it was just great. And we're going to see what happens with Swerve and Keith Lee as they start their reign as tag team champions. I would assume that the Bucks are going to get a rematch maybe next week, or maybe they go all the way to All Out, maybe. I don't know. I would be surprised if the Bucks win back the belts for the 3rd time, because, you know, they got the stroke and everything, so. But I would love to see Swerve and Keith Lee hold the belts for a few months, and then the eventual heel turn of Swerve. Because he had the belt, and he was like looking at Keith Lee, he was like, I'm going to do a Corey Jade. And then he just dropped the belt and said, I'm going to get my ass kicked. I got double super kicked in the face. But you know it's coming. You know the Swerve Strickland heel turn is coming. So eventually when they lose the belts, Swerve is going to turn on Keith Lee. They're going to have a boring as fuck feud. You know, probably, I wouldn't say boring as fuck. I should say pretty damn decent feud. And we'll see what happens with all that. And we move on from there. But like I said, 4.5 out of 5 stars for that match. It was just great. And that puts an end to Fyter Fest Night 1, Week 1. And we got Night 2 of Week 1, Friday night, with Jonathan Gresham against Lee Moriarty for the Ring of Honor title, and some other matches on the card. House of Black versus Darby and Sting. Sorry. Who was it? God damn, it was the House of Black and the Beaver Boys, I should say, on Rampage. So, should be some good stuff on Rampage this week for Fyter Fest Night 2. And then the big one next week, Jericho and Eddie Kingston and barbed wire everywhere. That's probably going to be the main event. It's probably going to last a very long time, because they got to set up the ring with the barbed wire all around the ring, or probably have barbed wire stuff already set up underneath the ring. They just got to pull it out, set it up. I would think it's probably going to be a 30-minute match at most. They're probably going to scale back the women's match like they did tonight. They started at 9:19, 9:20. So they get that. They're probably going to get the 9 o'clock slot, or maybe I would think the 9:15 slot. They're probably going to have like a 5-10, almost about a 5-8 minute match. A quick match. Then they're gonna go to commercial with maybe a segment before that. Then they're gonna start setting up the ring with the barbed wire. Either they're gonna take down the ropes, which takes time. Then they're gonna put the barbed wire around it, which takes time. Or they'll just put the barbed wire around the ropes, which I think is stupid. So it's not your traditional barbed wire massacre, but that's gonna take some time. So I would think the match would probably start about 9:15, 9:30-ish. And probably go all the way to about 10 o'clock, 10:01. Which, now they have a 1 minute overrun. Go figure that one out. If Tony was smart, he would ask TBS. I was like, hey, can we go about another 5 minutes? 5-10 minutes at most. Like Raw used to do back in the day. They used to go all the way to 11:05. One point they went to about 11:30, and that was for Triple H and Stone Cold losing the belts to Jericho and Benoit the night that Triple H tore his quad. That Raw didn't end until like 11:25, 11:30. I was like, is this gonna end? Like, damn. But yeah, if they want to do an overrun in the future, I was like, yeah, somebody call TBS. Tony Khan should call the executives at TBS and get more fucking time. Go 5, maybe 10 minutes at most. I mean, NXT kind of does that, because it's on the USA Network, because there's nothing else on after that. Usually Miz and Mrs. or some boring repeats of Grizzly Knows Best or whatever the fuck show it is. They go about 10:05. I think they usually end around 10:05, sometimes 10:10, 10:15. So, why can't Dynamite do that? Rampage doesn't have to do that. Just Dynamite should go for a little bit of an overrun, at most 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. It is what it is, because they have to rush to the end, and that's it. Alright, that's it. So my final rating for Dynamite tonight, 8 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, and don't forget to watch TSL 24. Link is in the description box below. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Peter Gomez signing off. I bid you adieu. And rock on, and rock hard with your Goku. And if you're not down with that, you mindless zombies that need fucking lives. And some actual fucking pussy. Because you act like fucking pussies. Just saying. Yeah. If you're not down with that, we're the prophecy, we're the greatest thing since the invention of the light bulb and the invention of sliced bread. So, you're not down with us, we don't care, because we're better than you, and you fucking know it. And we got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. Good night, everybody. Go to bed, or if you're on the West Coast, start going to bed. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys maybe tomorrow, or maybe most likely Friday, for my SmackDown Rampage review, and that's it. But for now, good night, everybody, and go fuck yourselves. Peace.